Alright, man, my phone died on the last video, man, so we're just going to do part 2. I have no clue how to edit them to make it in one video. But what we're going to do now, back at it, we're going to spray this here. Just spray all your orifices in here, all your little small channels, and clean all of them out. But the main thing is, man, if y'all use an ethanol-free gas or use some fuel stabilizer, then you shouldn't have this problem. Alright, just clean everything out, man. Spray inside here and clean out your float tube, your float hole there. Alright, so right now everything's cleaned out, ready to go. Straighten this back out here. Alright, so then what we want to do is put it back together, man. So what we're going to do first is put the float back in with the needle. And I took my needle, man, and wiped the needle off with a rag or something, just in case any dirt's on it. So you want to put your needle on there. And be careful, make sure the needle don't fall out. And line it up with the hole. All right, like that. And take your float pin, put it back through your float. All right, then always check and make sure your float works. All right, and then what you want to do is take your bowl here and clean your bowl out. And try not to get no, like I said before, try not to get no carburetor cleaner on your O-ring, man, because it distorts the O-ring or makes it swell. Then you will never get it back on. All right, you got that. Look at that, my pin come out. Slide the pin back over a little bit, get it centered. All right. Put this back on. When you put this back on, try to line this up a little bit. So you put it like that. You want to put it like that, so this here lines up past that toward the front of the body. This is your drain for the bowl. And this is your bolt for the bowl. Now when you put the drain for the bolt on, you don't want to He-man the bolt, but you don't want to leave it too loose. So we're going to take it, get the big old Hercules, son. Just tighten or snug it like that. And then if you look at it, let me see, try to adjust this thing right here a little bit. There you go. All right, you got your baffle, gasket, plate, gasket, then your carburetor. All right, take your choke cable, slide it through the hole there. Once you get it in there, pull the plate up. And you got a choke plate carburetor gasket on this side. And slide it in. Make sure your choke is pushed all the way in. So take your finger on the outside of the body and push the choke down. All right, so the choke's all the way down. And then what you want to do is get your 7mm and tighten it back up. I'm trying to get away the camera, man. Trying to hold your choke cable so it don't break the choke cable. And then once you feel pressure on it where it keeps trying to spin the choke cable, then that's good enough. So then what you want to do before you actually get done with it, like this here, hold your hand like this and pull your choke cable manually to make sure the cable's in there good. All right. And in this case, the throttle cable come out the bracket. So you can see the throttle cable here. Actually come out the bracket here. So what we're going to do is take it, and you can see it in there. I don't think you can see it. But you stick it back through the bracket. the end of your throttle cable, it's got some wings that pull out. So make sure whenever you pull the throttle cable through, that the wings pop out to hold it in. So what I'm going to do is right here, try to straighten it out. What I'm going to do with my throttle cable, because it's hard to get in, I'm going to take it and pry it down on my belt. At the same time as I do that, I'm going to pull on the cable. Alright. Then what you're going to see here, let me get the phone off my mount. Look on your throttle cable, throttle cable here. Sorry, man, my brain is gone today, man. It's been a long day. We're picking up at work. When you look in there, you want to take it and just spread your wings out. I don't know why my flashlight ain't coming on so I can see. But take it and just spread them out like that. Then you know that your throttle cable is ready to go, so it ain't popping back out when you hit the gas with your foot. Last but not least, make sure you put the bolt back in the top of the carburetor for your low speed jet. If you ever had one, man, that's kind of hard to crank up, and then you try to adjust your valves and don't see no problem, clean out your low speed jet here. All right, got that back together. And then you want to clear everything back on here on the studs. And then pop your throttle cable back on. It just clips on. You could take a pair of pliers. I'm gonna get a pair of pliers. All right, take your pair of pliers and line your throttle cable up so it snaps on there. Then you just squeeze it. And it should lock on. Let's see. Yep. All right. And then for the aggravating part here, take your bolt back in your throttle bracket. This is for your air filter bracket here. You get it started. Sometimes they're a pain in the butt, man, trust me. But these engines are really pretty good, man. The hardest part anymore is finding OEM parts for them, like the coil and the igniter. The only place I found, man, that has good coils and good igniters is the Red Hawk. Red Hawk sells good igniters, good coils. Any other parts, man, you get online, you'll buy 20 of them just to get one to work. All right, so then we want to hook your fuel hose back up. Like I said before in the video, man, make sure you use ethanol-free gas or put a fuel stabilizer in your gas. Now you can see on this carburetor here, I took this stud out. There used to be a stud there. I took that out because if it stays open, the throttle stays open, it'll backfire. So I just do away with them like that. That way, there's no chance of throttle staying open where it backfires. All right, this is your crankcase pressure tube. Make sure that's popped on the bottom. So then you want to take your air intake adapter, slide it on the studs. Go ahead and hook your crankcase pressure vent tube up. Put your nuts on the studs. Go ahead and put your little stud extenders. Like I said before, all this is a 10 millimeter. You don't want to over tighten it too tight. But you want to tighten them up. And I must have ate the socket. A little gremlin come through here and took it, 1 and 2. 9.5. What? There it is, right there. All right. 10mm socket. Tighten down a little bit each way. That way you're drawing in even. This is a 12-volt gun, so it ain't gonna break them. Don't use no 1/2-inch drive gun, man. I've seen some people use a 1/2-inch drive on a 1/4-inch bolt, and then you're gonna take these here, and these are going to go on your stud extenders that I showed you earlier. You got a lock washer. But all right, man, that's it, man. Stay tuned, man. I'll post more.